A very good evening to each and everyone for joining in this live. Well, today we have something that's very, very interesting, and I think it is one of the crucial skills for success. So, we have with us Yash Rathod, and we have a topic which is very beautiful under the main topic that is secrets of living a full life. So, a full life means a fearless, unstoppable, limitless, and loving life. So, under this umbrella term of living a full life, today we have one of the crucial skills for success in relationships, in business, and in society, and that is none other than prepare to communicate. So, one sec. Are you able to hear me, Yash?
Yes, yes, definitely.
Oh, great. Awesome. So they've asked to stop some applications. I don't know which application is on. Mm, okay. So, friends, every Wednesday we come live from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. on my channel, that is Vijay Tushar's channel, to give you some nuggets of wisdom on various topics under the umbrella term of secrets of living a full life. Because we believe we have the capacity to be fearless, to be unstoppable, to be limitless, and to be loving. So, welcome to the live session today. And it's a very interesting and a very important topic, that is, how do you communicate effectively? And when you're talking about communication, what is communication? How should we communicate? What is the purpose of communication? What are the different ways in which you can improve your communication at your workplace? So, these are going to be a few of the things that we're going to discuss today. So let me ask Yash. Yash, so what is the purpose of communication?
Okay. So the purpose of communication is making the audience understand the messages
Okay,
and
making the audience understand the message. So conveying your idea across to the receiver.
yes, 90% of the communication is only preparing the mind of others person and 10% is only the communication.
Oh, so 90% is preparing the mind
Yes,
and 10% is actually what you communicate.
yes.
Okay.
So the art of communication is about how you will prepare the mind, not how you communicate.
Oh, so can you give me some example?
For example, एक आदमी उसकी वाइफ को बोल रहा था झाड़ी रोटी बना के दे।
Hmm.
उसकी वाइफ सोचने लगी कि ये क्या बोल रहा है मुझे। तो
Hmm.
वो दोनों के बीच में झगड़ा हो गया।
अच्छा.
हाँ।
Mhm.
तो आदमी ने फिर उसको वापस से बोला कि झाड़ी रोटी बना के दे।
Okay.
So this is how the conversation between them was.
Not achieving the purpose of communication. So basically, he just told her, he what he told was, "Jadi rotli bana de," and
हाँ,
what she understood was, "Jadi rotli bana
झाड़ी रोटी बना दे।
de."
Correct. Yeah.
She thought he was calling her Jadi. That means a hefty person.
Yes.
Okay. So how do we prepare ourselves to communicate?
So if there is a communication gap, the gap is in preparing the other's mind, not in communication.
Oh,
Yes.
got it.
And on a well prepared soil, you don't have to even plant the seed. You have to grow the seed, it will sprout.
You just have to throw the seed and it will sprout.
Yes,
Oh, very nice example you have given.
yes,
So, throw the seed, it will sprout, and you don't even have to sow the seed. That's very beautiful. So, it means what is most important in communication is to prepare the mind of the other person
correct.
before you, send the message across.
Yes.
All right. So one of the factors why communication fails its purpose, which is to pass the message across, is because we are not preparing the opposite person's mind to receive us. Just as if we fail to prepare the land before you sow something into it, it will not grow properly. So if the sand is tilled, all the weeds are removed, and it is given a proper water is given, and it is made ready for sowing the seeds, then the seeds will begin to sprout, even if you
Yes.
just have to throw it. So that means the basis of everything, or the foundation of success, lies in preparing before you communicate. But frankly, tell me, you're a salesperson, right? So you
Yes.
sell your kurtis. He has a shop at Goregaon, and that's called as Top or Top. It's a little inside on RA Road, but they have one of the finest collections which I have seen at a very reasonable rate. So, how do you, as a salesman, prepare the client to take your or buy your kurtis?
So, um,
Do you observe your client and know, like, do you show all the kurtis to all the clients who come to you?
no. We have to advertise the fabrics. We have to
Yeah, so you
advertise
speak
the.
you speak about the fabric depending upon the person, what they have worn and what comes to you across as their choice.
Yes.
So you prepare yourself. That means you don't directly start selling. You prepare the mind of the opposite person to be ready to receive the fabric or the style or the material that they are looking out for.
Yes.
Okay. So I want you to do this as a physical exercise where you observe the person and don't be ready to push the sale, but pull the client to your product. Like
Yes.
yesterday, I had a wonderful experience with Yash, and I went into his shop, and he was showing me all the kurtis, and I said, "This is not my style." Then finally he said, "एक मिनट आप रुकिए, मैं कुछ दिखाता हूँ आपको." And then he removed out a kind of my style dress and showed it to me. And then he understood that I liked it. And then it was just a wild guess from his side. And then he told me, like, look at another one. And then he showed another one. Then he showed the third one. And I was falling in love with each of the pieces that he had. So he actually prepared my mind to accept whatever he has. So ideally, I would not have purchased the one which you gave it to me yesterday, the same kind of set, because that exactly is not my style, but it was a little different. So you showed it to me. And then the second one, which you showed, the blue one,
Yes.
okay, that also ideally I would not have taken, but then I liked something about the fabric, okay,
Yes.
and the design. So you got me after, I would say, around 15 minutes.
Correct.
Correct? So it takes time with a customer to prepare their mind to take. So you have to build rapport with the client. Now, it is not possible to build rapport with an unknown person or a stranger immediately. Correct? But you have no choice. So how do you build the rapport with your customer? First and foremost, you can build the rapport. You have any idea how you can build rapport with the client?
Yes, ma'am. So when the customer comes in, we have to judge them that what kind of clothes they require to wear,
Hmm.
and what style they are wearing, what things they require.
No,
If
no,
the
this is
office
this
was,
is this is understanding the client. But if you have to build rapport, I'll teach you a technique. What you can do is you match the tonality of their speech. जैसे
okay,
I'll come and tell you. Now start matching the tonality of how I speak, okay?
okay,
So, um, मुझे है ना भैया वो एक मीडियम टाइप का मुझे कुर्ती चाहिए चुन्नी के साथ में.
okay. So, in what range do you require?
देखो
What kind of?
पहले ही पैसे पे नहीं आना है, एंड यू हैव टू मैच द टोनालिटी. यू बिकम द कस्टमर, आई विल बिकम द सेल्समैन. आप मुझे पूछिए.
Um, I want a latest fashion T-shirt for myself in medium size.
Okay, you want latest fashion, right?
Yes,
Oh, you are also wearing a very good style, and I think you like these kind of styles for yourself.
yes.
So in the latest, we have got this kind. You will see that I'm using a in between, because that was a style in which you were asking me. So what happens is, when I start mimicking, though it's not an open mimic like that, but when I start mimicking your style, the neurons in your brain will light up and say, अरे ये तो मेरे जैसा लगता है. So then I am ready to receive whatever you tell me.
Okay.
Getting me? So you match the tonality. Suppose ऐसे, भैया मेरे पास कुछ है क्या, आपका नया टी शर्ट कोई लेटेस्ट स्टाइल का है क्या आपके पास?
Yes, I have many patterns and designs.
So you match the pace of my tone. Yes, I have many patterns which you would like. Correct?
Yes.
समझ में आ रहा है? आपने वो पेस जो है, जिस तरीके से मैं बोल रही हूँ, उसको
Hmm.
आपने ये किया. Another one
Okay.
way you can build rapport is to match the hand gestures.
Hand gestures. Okay.
Yeah. So क्या आप मुझे कोई ग्रीन कलर में मुझे चाहिए, स्पेसिफिकली ग्रीन कलर में?
Yeah, I have few varieties in the
नहीं,
in
ऐसा नहीं.
that.
देखो मैंने हाथ ऐसे किया था, ऐसे ऐसे किया था, तो कम से कम आप ऐसे हाथ रख सकते.
Okay, like this.
हाँ.
Okay.
सोचने दो जरा मुझे, बट यू विल नॉट शो दैट यू आर कॉपिंग. सो जैसे, हाँ सोचने दो मुझे. ग्रीन कलर चाहिए ना आपको? ग्रीन में कौन सा शेड चाहिए?
Okay.
रमा
Green
ग्रीन
में
चाहिए, पीकॉक ग्रीन चाहिए? कौन सा वाला चाहिए आपको?
correct.
आर यू गेटिंग मी?
Yes, yes, getting it.
So this is how you build rapport with the other person. Another
Okay.
one way of building rapport is if you know that that person is from Rajasthan.
Yes.
Say, अरे आप राजस्थान के हो, right? See, this
Yes.
has got nothing to do with selling. This has got nothing to do with selling. It's just matching and preparing the other person's mind to receive you.
Yes. Yes.
करेक्ट? हम भी राजस्थान के हैं,
Hmm.
तो मुझे लगता है आपको वो राजस्थानी टाइप का जो प्रिंट है, लहरिया है, वो शायद आपको पसंद आएगा.
Correct.
So this is, creating a rapport between the client and yourself. तो क्या रेजिस्टेंस कम होता है?
Hmm.
रेजिस्टेंस कम होता है. यू गॉट मी? सो
Yes.
इस तरीके से आप अपने सेल्समैनशिप बेटर कर सकते हैं by building rapport with the other person. And when you're building rapport, you're preparing to connect. So बिना प्रिपरेशन का कभी भी कनेक्ट नहीं करना.
Okay.
आप एग्जाम में जाओगे बिना प्रिपेयर किए, पास होगे क्या?
नहीं.
नहीं. So you will not pass if you don't prepare for the exam. In the same manner, every client, winning over every client is like giving an examination. So you have to be prepared to win the client. कुछ नहीं तो कम से कम एक लीस्ट आपका जो है ना, वो लेके जाना चाहिए.
Got
मैडम,
it.
ये ड्रेस का कलर आपको पसंद आया था, ये आपको बहुत अच्छा लगेगा. आजकल 800 में क्या मिलता है?
Correct.
समझ रहे हो?
Yes. Yes.
I actually want to practically demonstrate this in your shop when your clients come in.
Next time we'll surely do that also.
Yes, yes, we will. But anyways, by that time you will learn and understand how to connect to your
Connect customers.
बिकॉज देखो, अगर उन्होंने आपसे कुछ खरीदा या ना खरीदा, आपको 35% मिलने के लिए वो आपसे खुश हो गए ना, तो आपको 35% तो मिल ही जाएगा.
Got it.
Are you getting me? Win
Yes, yes.
over people and business will come.
Hmm.
That? Say that?
Bring, I
Win,
didn't hear.
yeah. Win over people and business will come.
Win over people and business will come.
Yeah. So whenever you want to sell something, whenever you see, communicating is also selling your idea across, right?
Yes.
So the true aim of communication is to prepare the mind and then convey the idea. Because without preparation, you
You
will not
cannot.
get the final product. Correct? So anything you do, you have to prepare for that. In the
Yes.
same manner, you have to also understand your customer. Correct?
But
Communication is the glue that brings people together.
yes.
See, if the client does not buy from you, at least the client, in the client's mind, you have made a mark, then that is more than enough. Today or tomorrow, they will come and buy. Like I'll give you
Definitely.
an example. There was one person like Priyanka you met.
Yes, yes.
She came to me. I mean, we met each other maybe around 10 years back.
Okay.
10 years back, she and me, we were participating in a fashion show. And that's how
Mm-hmm.
we met. She was a model, I was a model. And
Okay.
that time I spoke to her about my Management Me School of Confidence, and she had come to my office as well for a interview. Okay. And I just spoke well to her. We connected somehow. And she said, "Oh, you do this." But she did not show me any interest in joining any of my programs. Okay. But somehow I must have left an impact onto her. That means I had prepared,
You are prepared.
connect to her. I mean,
Yes.
for me now it comes very naturally. I love making friends. I love meeting new people. I love making connections. Whether or not I can help them or they can help me, whatever it is, I love to build connections with people, right? And my business today is running because of the connections that I've made. Okay. So when people come to know you, that you want to give quality or you want to give value to the opposite person, they will always come for you. Are you getting me? So building the rapport is preparing the other person's mind to receive your message. So prepare before you connect.
Okay.
And only if connection is made, then communication is complete, according to me.
Got it.
So the purpose of communication is not only to deliver your message effectively, it is actually the message. So when I made a relationship with her 10 years back, my purpose was to communicate that I value you. And if you have problems with related to personality development or public speaking or professional development, I am the one to connect to.
Okay.
तो 10 साल तक उसने वो मुझे भूली नहीं. She did not forget me for 10 years.
Okay.
Okay. And today she's come back and she's joining the program.
Okay.
So this is the power of connection. So people are good, and you must always believe that making relationships is like, building the foundation for success.
Got it.
So earlier you were finding it difficult to communicate to people. Now, how is the state? Do you find that anxiety rising within you when you're meeting unknown people? Every day you're meeting unknown people, correct?
Yes, yes.
So that
Now I
anxiety
can
is gone.
freely now I can freely talk and get connected with the people easily.
Wonderful, wonderful. And also the way you're speaking has changed. Your tonality has changed. You are a little more louder than what you were before.
Yeah.
Yeah. So as the days go by, you will gain more confidence in speaking, building more relationships, and coming out of that old you. So actually, if you go to see, success comes by making yourself the best version of who you are.
Yes.
Correct? So every day you need to improve. And as you improve every day, you become better and better. And then you will want to get more also, right? The other day in our conversation, we said you're going to get another shop,
Yes, yes.
correct? By the end of this year,
This year.
2025 December, right? So audience, whenever you make a declamation like this in front of so many people, you will definitely be able to reach there, because आपने already universe को बोल दिया है कि मुझे वहां पे पहुंचना है.
Yes.
ठीक है? Now we have something where, like, I mean, if you are a working professional, how do you speak professionally? Okay. Now, 7 tips that you can note down for professional speaking. First is don't verbose. You can please take it down.
What
Don't,
is the first?
don't verbose. VERBOSE.
One second. Don't.
Verbose. VERBOSE.
VERBOSE.
Yeah. Verbose means adding a lot of words. आपको मैंने
Okay.
बोला था पहले आप बहुत सारा अननेसेसरी वर्ड्स यूज करते थे, राइट? बहुत
Yeah.
चीजें, बहुत
Scratching the
सारे वर्ड्स.
sentence.
हाँ 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 हाँ. So you have to be concise. So don't
Okay.
verbose, be concise. Concise is the opposite of verbose.
Concise.
CONSCISE. Be
One
concise.
second. Concise. CISE. Okay. Okay.
So the second one is eliminate words that are not adding meaning to the fact. Eliminate words that are not adding meaning to the fact.
To the packet.
To the fact. Fact, FACT. मतलब जो
The
आपको
fact.
बोलना है
Okay.
उसके लिए जो वर्ड जरूरी है सिर्फ उतना ही यूज करो, ज्यादा मत यूज करो.
Got it.
ठीक है? Like for example, I want to tell you that in spite of everything that happened, we could go further with the deal. अरे क्यों इतना बोलना है?
Got it. What you're trying to say, I got it.
Okay. Next, the third one and the most important, which many of us might not know, it is avoid filler words. FILLER.
Our filler words.
Filler words. So filler mostly means, no, so, like, kind of, sort of, all these things.
Got
So
it.
yeah, so you don't use these kind of words, but suppose these kind of words come. What do we do? I taught you. What do we do if this filler comes? Like, you use a lot of like, right?
Yeah.
So what do we do instead of the filler?
Repeat the sentence again.
I said instead of using the filler, I want to say basically, that, so many fillers are used. So I'm not getting words. So I'm using a lot of fillers. So avoid using that.
Okay.
So instead of using these fillers, when the fillers come to my mind, I just pause. Filler is come in my mind. You know what?
Okay.
Filler is come in my mind. So what I'll do is I'll pause.
Okay.
And then I'll say, I have a wonderful deal for you. Are you getting me?
Got it. I have a wonderful video.
Yeah, so I will pause when the filler comes in my mind. So people will not see my filler word. They will see the pause. That's fine.
Okay.
And by practicing this slowly and slowly, the fillers will go away.
Got it.
Now you will see Kiran is to have a lot of fillers.
Yeah.
Now once he became conscious, he is able to overcome that. Correct?
Okay.
Now, next is you can also use a deep breathing thing. So avoid fillers. You can use deep breathing. So you'll say, I have to say that your work was exceptional.
Got it.
Correct? So, hey, your work was exceptional. That would have been a better way of saying it.
Your work was exceptional.
Yeah. Okay. Now, the fourth point is avoid side particles. Avoid side particles.
Means?
Avoid side particles. Now, side particles means those words that are not necessary. जो जरूरी नहीं है वो. Like basically, technically, these are side particles.
Okay.
Actually, essentially,
Mm-hmm.
quite frankly. अरे तू फ्रैंक है मालूम है क्यों बोलना चाहिए कि quite frankly. Got it? See, in a professional setup, in your workplace, all are busy. So if you use a lot of words, ना आप जब तक मुद्दे पे नहीं आओगे ना सामने वाला चला जाएगा.
Correct.
So if you have to be an effective communicator, you should not lose the connection with that person.
So always come to the point and say directly what you're trying.
Perfect. Unnecessary, you should not, add a lot of words or flowery words or things like that.
Got it.
Because nobody has the time. And how
Yes.
concise you are, that well you will be accepted by the people in your workplace. And you know what? It also speaks about you as a person. जब आप एक्स्ट्रा वर्ड्स नहीं यूज करते और आप पॉइंट पे आते हो, इसका मतलब आपके दिमाग के अंदर बहुत सारा क्लटर नहीं है.
बहुत सारा
क्लटर कचरा.
क्लटर. ओके.
क्लटर नहीं है. और आप क्लियर हो कि आपको क्या चाहिए.
ओके.
Got it? Next, this is very important, which I feel many of the great speakers, they do not use this. They use this in spite of being great speakers. That is disclaimers. Like somebody
What?
comes, disclaimers. So write down, avoid disclaimer. I'll explain what it is. Avoid disclaimer.
Avoid disclaimer.
Yeah, disclaimer means a statement. You can write it down. Means a statement.
Means
A statement
statement
that decreases.
Increases.
Decreases.
The decreases.
The value of what you're saying.
This is
Of what you're saying.
Same. Okay.
Example, this might be a silly idea. This might be a silly idea. अरे silly idea तो क्यों बोल रहे हो? Got it? तो बोल के कोई मतलब नहीं है ना. You're not adding value to the content.
Correct.
Correct? तो मतलब तुमको ही लगता है silly तो तुम बोल क्यों रहे हो? How will people trust you? Correct?
Yes.
Then another thing could be like, you probably thought about this. You probably thought about this. मतलब तुमने शायद सोचा होगा इसके बारे में. There is no need for saying that. I'm sure my suggestion is not that good, but आपका suggestion अच्छा नहीं है तो बोल क्यों रहे हो? Right? These are all called disclaimers. मतलब I am going against what I want to say.
Okay. Getting it.
Another one is, I'm sure my suggestion is not that good, but I'm sure my suggestion is not that good, but so these are all disclaimers, and you should avoid using these kind of sentences.
Got it.
Okay. Now, the next one is add pauses to overcome fillers. I think I told you that, right? Add pauses or do silent breath between sentences.
Yeah, you have told that.
I already did. Now, the last one or the seventh one is enhance your vocabulary. Enhance your vocabulary.
Okay.
Now, one of the best ways to enhance your vocabulary is by using an app which is called as Word Coach.
Word coach.
Yes, I explained to you earlier, right?
Yes.
Go to Google and search Word Coach and at least make your score up to 5,000 per day. 5,000 score at least you must make in Word Coach, and you will increase your vocabulary by the end of 21 days.
Yes.
You have not been doing it consistently. Every day, I want you to do it consistently. See, it won't take more than 5 minutes to get a score of 5,000.
Okay.
When you're traveling from your shop to the office, to the classes, that time itself you will be able to do it. You got me? It doesn't take more than 5 minutes. Can you not find 5 minutes to enhance your vocabulary?
Yes.
Audience out there, success is phenomenal, but the small habits that you do regularly, consistently, is what gets you that phenomenal success. So are you ready to have phenomenal success? Then Management Me School of Confidence is for you. If you just want to be mediocre, tata bye bye. Because we only believe in quality and we want to give our best to ensure that your learning is suited to your own needs and you will reach where you want to with the help of Management Me School of Confidence. So I'm Leadership Development Catalyst Biji Tushar. If you have liked this content, I would want you to share it further and do give in a comment on our YouTube channel as you're watching it, and let us know how you've liked it. We're definitely going to bring lots of wisdom for you every Wednesday from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. Well, before we end this session, I have something very beautiful for you, which is the crux of today's topic, that is prepare to communicate. How do you prepare to communicate and what is important and why is it important to prepare to communicate is what will be evident with a small story. Now, this story is what I've heard from Mahatria. He is there on YouTube and I think I saw it from there and I really liked it. He talks about सप्तवड़ा ज्ञान. तो जो ज्ञान है वो सप्तवड़ा ज्ञान है. तो हम इसके बारे में आपको बताते हैं. So Saptavada Gyan is a story about a man who was very hungry. Now he was so hungry that he went to a shop and he asked that person, "Do you have anything to satiate my hunger?" Satiate means satisfy. Satisfy. So do you have anything to satisfy my hunger? And the person says, "Yes, I do have something for you." So he says, "What is it?" So he says, "Vadas." He says, "Okay, what is the cost of the vadas that will satiate my hunger?" And he says, 5 rupees. So he says, "Okay, go and get it." So he brings the first plate. This guy eats. His hunger is not satisfied. Then he brings the second plate, orders for the second plate. His stomach is still not full. Third, fourth, fifth, sixth, and seventh. After eating the 7th vada, he says, "Wow, now I'm full. Please give me the bill." How much do you think the bill did the man give?
Only 7.
Huh?
Only 5 rupees.
Only 5 rupees? No.
Yes.
35 rupees because 7 vadas he had, no?
Yeah, but he just told that only on 7 plate my stomach was satisfied.
So you have been a very good listener today. You've been a very good listener today and you're understanding the tips and techniques of effective communication. Superb. So ideally, we will think that 7 plates or 7 fives are 35 rupees.
Yes.
Correct? So 35 rupees is the bill that he got. And he said, "No, I will pay only 5 rupees because The seventh vada was what satisfied my hunger.
Correct.
So I will only give 5 rupees. Correct? But
Correct.
if the 6 vadas were not there, would the 7th vada satisfy his hunger?
Probably no.
Probably not. Correct? So what
Yes.
happens is we have to prepare.
Yes.
So he was getting prepared to satisfy his hunger, and then the 7th vada satisfied his hunger. In the same manner, if you want to communicate your message effectively to the audience, you need to prepare them and then connect to them, and then you will be able to convey the message. And if you follow this pattern, do your homework before you communicate. बोलने से पहले आपको सोचना है कि आपको क्या बोलना है.
Yes.
राइट? एक थोड़ा सा सोच अगर बोलने से पहले अगर आप डालोगे तो कितने सारे रिश्ते बच सकते हैं, कितने सारे प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व हो सकते हैं, कितने सारे कॉन्फ्लिक्ट्स कम हो सकते हैं. So if you
Correct.
prepare to connect, you can reduce conflicts. If you prepare to connect, you can build better and strong relationships. If you prepare to connect, you can be an effective communicator. So next time that you're deciding to have a conversation with somebody, listen carefully and prepare to connect with each of them. See, when somebody is talking to you, they are giving you their time. So
Yes.
you should respect their time and they will respect your time as well. So
Correct.
do not waste these moments on unnecessary frivolous talks, but use it to build relationships. Once relationships are built, people would want to connect to you, people would want to spend time with you, people would want to do business with you, people would want to build relationship with you, people would want to learn something from you, people would want to teach you something or share their thoughts, knowledge, etc. with you as well. So if you are being a conscious communicator, if you're able to, put the intention of communication and prepare before that on how you are going to communicate, you will be very sensitive about the other person and you will ensure that you do not hurt anybody. So, we do an assessment, which is a psychometric assessment by which you come to know your CPA, that is communication pattern analysis. So each person is tested on their empathy score, their searching score, their critical score, and their advising score. So in many organizations, I've done it for leaders. And what I find is most of the leaders are high on advising and criticizing and low on searching and empathy. So let me explain to you what is advising and criticizing. Advising means nasihat dena. Okay? Telling people that this is what I know from my experience, so this is what advice I want to give you. Some may be bad, but if you're constantly giving advices to people, नसीहत के लिए आपको पैसा नहीं देना पड़ता, फुकट में मिल जाता है. Right? So if you're constantly giving advices to people, they will start closing their ears to you.
Correct.
Why would somebody want to feel like they do not know anything? Even you're doing it with a good intention, but many times people don't take it in the right way and they think that you are trying to show them down. Right? So you come across as being very arrogant. So, I mean, नसीहत तब दो जब आपको पूछा जाए.
बराबर.
Correct? So, I make a business out of giving advice. Right? It's not just giving advice, it is helping you arrive at what you want to do. That's what I do. So, the second one is critical. Critical means, using sarcasm, criticizing the person, not the action. And Gandhiji had said that you should always, criticize the action, not the actor. So many times if somebody has done something wrong, for example, an employee of yours is doing something wrong. ये तूने कर दिया. यू नो, तुमको इतने में बेचने था, तुमने इतने में बेचा, मेरा कितना लॉस हो गया. You're criticizing that person. Of course, if he does that, he has not followed your rules. Correct? But you could also say, how could you say it in a non-critical way? आपने किसी को रखा है बेचने के लिए एज अ सेल्समैन, और उसने
Okay.
थोड़ा ज्यादा भाव में भेजा जो आपका भाव नहीं है, मतलब आपका 800 का है, उसने 1000 में भेजा, तो वो रूल्स के अगेंस्ट है ना.
Okay.
आपको 200
But
ज्यादा मिला, दैट इज अग्रीड, बट वो रूल्स के अगेंस्ट है ना.
against it,
तो आप उसको क्या बोलते हैं?
that always sell in a limited amount that the satisfied people get satisfied.
नो 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 नो, यू विल हैव टू स्पीक टू हिम एंड मेक हिम अंडरस्टैंड. देखो, आपका रूल्स फॉलो करवाना है, बिकॉज ठीक है, नोबडी नोज अबाउट इट दैट इज 200 रुपीज मोर, but you know about it and you have a policy na that this particular thing will be sold for 800 rupees, means 800 rupees only. He can't sell it for 1000 rupees.
Okay.
Correct? That means he has not checked the label.
He has not checked the
Label.
label. Okay.
So it is dereliction of duty.
Yes.
And how that other person paid, you do not know. But it is dereliction of duty. So that means he is not following the orders properly.
Okay.
So instead of criticizing him, bring it into his awareness. भैया यहाँ पे देखो लेबल पे क्या लिखा था, और आपने लेबल निकाल के उसको दे दिया, मतलब आपने ऐसा क्यों किया, कुछ कारण था.
बराबर.
You understand? So you try to understand his side of the story. Correct? पहले आप समझना चाहेंगे कि उस साइड से, then you're not being critical. You may possibly gain the respect of that person, because he will understand that सेठ ने मेरी साइड का चीज समझ लिया है. Okay? Or he will realize his mistake.
Got it.
So critical, like you say, wow, क्या तू हमेशा ऐसे ही करते रहता है. The moment somebody feels that they are belittled, they are put down, they will lose respect for you. So if you're highly critical, you will be low on your relationship score. Who wants to feel bad about themselves? Tell me. Nobody wants to feel bad, na?
Yes, yes.
Correct? So Mary Agnew says people will forget what you did for them. People will forget what you said about them, but nobody will forget how you made them feel. So when you criticize people, you make them feel belittled. You make them feel as if they are not worthy.
Yeah.
So try not to be critical. When you are advising and critical, you break relationships. You don't make relationships. For example, if a husband comes and criticizes the wife saying that झाड़ी रोटली बनाते हो हमेशा, या बहुत आपका सब्जी में कोई स्वाद नहीं है, बार बार उसको क्रिटिसाइज करते रहेगा, तो will she feel like doing it?
Not at all.
Not at all, right? So you break relationships by being critical. But instead of that, if you appreciate and say, oh wow, this was very nice. Now again, appreciation किस तरह से करना चाहिए? जैसे आप बोलो कि सब्जी बना रहे तो, या किसी ने रिपोर्ट बनाया, लेट्स टेक अ वर्कप्लेस एग्जांपल. Reports are made, but they are not up to the mark.
Okay.
So, instead of saying that you never make the MIS reports properly, there always is an error in it. This is critical way. But if you want to say it in an appreciative way, with empathy, you usually make reports very well. However, can you check if this could have been better? And when that person sees and says, oh, there is a mistake. I'm sorry, sir. I will just get it redone.
So he will also understand his mistake, what he has done, and he will correct you again.
Perfect. Okay. So you're making that person realize the mistake without being advising or critical. So that person's respect for you will increase.
Yes.
Right? So otherwise you can use a psychological sandwich. You know what's a psychological sandwich?
No, what is that?
बीच मतलब 3 लेयर्स होते हैं, तो ऊपर का लेयर पॉजिटिव, नीचे का लेयर पॉजिटिव, बीच में छोटा सा नेगेटिव.
Okay. For example, can you
So,
give an example?
I'll give you an example. You are very good at connecting to the customers.
Yes.
Last customer, I think we lost. But I'm sure you will be able to call him up again and fix the deal. क्या किया मैंने?
Okay, the positive was there. Yeah,
लास्ट में मैंने ये बोला कि नहीं, तुम में मुझ आई हैव ट्रस्ट इन यू.
trust in
एंड
you.
बीच में का आई टोल्ड दैट व्हाट वाज अ मिस्टेक.
You got mistake. Yeah,
Correct?
got it.
This is called as a psychological sandwich. You can use that. That's better. But however,
Right.
every time don't go on using it because people will understand that you're just trying to fool them.
No, no, no.
Yeah. So you have to be very careful. So we talked about advising. We talked about searching. Sorry, we talked about critical. Now we are talking about empathy. How do you empathize with the other person? So your pattern should be more empathetic and searching rather than critical and advising as a leader in an organization. Okay. So when we talk about empathy means saha anubhuti. If you
Anumati.
somebody's place, how that person feels, you are able to feel, then you are an empathetic person. But frankly speaking, many of the leaders are low on empathetic scores as well. They are not able to understand the other person's point of view.
Got it. Yeah.
For example, somebody says, Sir, I would have loved to finish this project on time. However, I have a severe, chest pain and I think I need to go home.
Hmm.
And he says, it's only a matter of 5 minutes. You can just finish it and go. If somebody
Got
says
it.
like that, that means he's not being empathetic.
Okay.
So
Means
if
he's not understanding his pain, what is coming
he's
from.
just interested in completing his work,
Got it.
comes across, right?
Yeah.
But suppose he said, oh my God, you're having chest pain. Can I help you out? Can I call a doctor right now? And then he calls the doctor and the doctor says, there's nothing, it's just gas. And then you tell him, okay, how are you feeling now? Let's get back to work.
Got it.
So you are not, stopping the work, plus you are attending to that person.
Attending to the person. Yeah.
So if you attend to people, they will want to give back to you. Your respect will increase. So that's called being empathetic. Now,
Empathetic.
searching. That's the third style. Now we come to the fourth style. That's called searching, asking searching questions. So sometimes you have taken up a project, but you have superseded the budget. Like for example, अगर आपको ये प्रोजेक्ट करना था, let's say 3 लाख में, तो आपने 3.5 लाख यूज किया है, या 3,40,000 यूज किया है.
Hmm.
So obviously you are gone ahead, right? So you call
Yes.
the person and you say, देखो रिसोर्सेस हमारा 3 लाख तक का था, पर मुझे लगता है हमने 40,000 ज्यादा किया है. क्या आप मुझे बता सकते हैं कि ये क्यों हुआ है? And then you check out, कि is it because the resources did not reach on time that they had to urgent delivery करना पड़ा तो extra तुमको देना पड़ा? Is it that the labor problems were there? So what labor you would get at say 100 rupees per hour, now you're getting at 200 rupees per hour.
Hmm.
What was the cause? So you keep on asking questions. That's called as searching questions to come to the root cause of a problem.
Okay.
Got it? So that's called
Yes.
searching. So many times what happened, problems get misdiagnosed because enough searching questions are not asked.
Hmm.
Like for example, if the leader would have seen that 3 lakh was a project cost, but this person has overused 40,000.
Yes.
Just has that attitude in his mind that this guy is bad. He is not good at cost cutting. He spends a lot. So next project I'm not going to give him. Then he has lost a resource.
Hmm.
And that person will think that no, मेरा कुछ भाव है नहीं, मेरा कोई वैल्यू नहीं है, तो मैं निकल जाता हूं यहाँ से.
Yes.
So unless you come to the depth of the matter and understand that no, this person has done it on purpose, or he has overlooked certain bills and that's why they had to do that, you can't come to a conclusion whether he's good or bad for the company. Are you getting me?
Yes, yes.
This is how you can use the 4 styles of communication. It's a communication pattern. And we all have this communication pattern. And how do we utilize it and understand it amongst our fellow beings? So there is a lot of exercise that I will be giving you today. And you can do it at home, where you can check whether your own tone is advising or critical,
Okay.
whether you can be more empathetic towards people.
Okay.
Stop using fillers. So whatever 7 tips I gave you,
Yes.
how you can enhance your communication on that basis by being less advising and critical and more empathetic and searching is a project that you can take up. And that project will be out of 50 marks.
Okay.
So I will explain to you in detail later on. Okay?
Got it.
What
Yes.
assignments you have to do with respect to today's session.
Okay, ma'am.
So
Thank you so
thank
much.
you, audience, for being here, and God bless you all. Keep watching it. We are coming up with more. Next Wednesday, probably we'll be having a guest as well, and it's going to be a very interesting one. So stay tuned for more. This is BG Tushar, Leadership Development Catalyst, signing off for now. Stay blessed, and remember, I win when you win. Thank you so much, and put in your comments on today's session. Stay blessed. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
1 second. Just wait.